So finally, going to get my first flight today, 2025, from an old Royal Marine base that I used to be based at, actually. 4-5 Commando Royal Marines. So I'm just heading there now and hopefully get up in the air. So enjoy the video. Join me as I take on the challenge of flying the MacFly EFI Paramotor for the very first time. Let's see if we can get off the ground. I've been waiting for this moment for weeks, and I'm super stoked to finally get my hands on the MacFly EFI Paramotor. As an adventure seeker, I've always been fascinated by the idea of flying. I've had some experience with paragliding in the past, but this is an whole new level. I've heard that the MacFly EFI is one of the most advanced paramotors out there, and I'm really excited to put this to the test. So leading up to the flight, I've had my fair share of concerns, to be honest. I've been worrying about learning to operate the equipment safely because it's an EFI, and make sure I've got all the right gear in place. I've been watching tutorials, reading manuals, seeking advice from more experienced pilots, but there's still that nagging feeling in the back of my mind. What if I mess it up? What if something goes wrong? It's natural to have some fear when trying something new, especially when it comes to flying, but I'm really determined to push through this. One of the biggest challenges for me has been getting my head around the technical side of these things, understanding how the Paramotor works, setting it up correctly and making sure I've got the right safety gear in place. It's a lot to take in, and I've had to do a lot of research and practicing to feel confident, but the more I learn, the more excited I get. So it's amazing how much technology is advanced in this field, and I'm absolutely stoked to be able to experience it at first hand. Before I took off, looking at the Paramotor, and I felt a mixed load of emotions: excitement, nervousness, anticipation. I know I prepared as well as I can, but there's still that unknown factor, what it's going to be like in the air. All these questions are running through my mind as I prepare for takeoff, but I got up in the air, happy as Larry. Come on! See, as I put on my helmet before I took off and gave myself a final once over, the adrenaline was starting to kick in, and I took a few deep breaths to try and calm my nerves. My heart was racing as I took off. I wanted to put this Paramotor in the air, and then suddenly, as I'm off the ground, the feeling was indescribable. Absolute rush of wind, sense of weightlessness, incredible view from up there. It's like nothing I've ever experienced before. The freedom, the exhilaration, the sheer thrill. I can see for miles. I feel like I'm on top of the world as I'm soaring through over Arbroath. The sounds, the sensations, it's just immersive, and I'm loving every minute of it. I can feel the wind rushing past me, the sun on my face, and the Paramotor humming really smooth. It's an incredible feeling, so grateful to be able to experience it. Looking back on it, I'm realising just how much I've learned and grown within the last year. All my fears have gone. Flying the MacFly EFI has been an incredible adventure for me, and I'm so stoked to have this opportunity to share it with all of you. So I recently sold my Scout Enduro Paramotor to a guy from down south near Liverpool. This guy Kevin, he made the trip up to Scotland Sunday morning, arriving here by lunchtime with his son. They had a good look at my new MacFly EFI, as I wanted to show him, and then the Scout Enduro that he was about to buy. He got a really good deal, but what really stood out was Kevin's fantastic attitude and positive mindset, exactly what's needed to thrive in this sport. Kev, it was an absolute pleasure, mate. I truly hope we can share a flight together Sunday across paths again. Best of luck with your upcoming training, mate, and you remind me so much of myself when I first started back in January 2024. I wish you all the best, mate, and I look forward to seeing you again, brother. Take care, stay safe in the air. See, flying this EFI Paramotor is like an adventure like no other. It's a thrilling way to experience the rush of flying, with the added excitement of being in control of your own destiny. For them who are new to the world of Paramotor, an EFI is a lightweight portable aircraft that's powered by a small engine. It's a device that allows you to soar through the skies, taking in breathtaking views and experience the ultimate sense of freedom. I've got a computer and everything in front of me while I'm flying. It tells me the RPM, it keeps on track, and it automatically does things in the air and tunes the aircraft to the different levels of height that you're actually at. Absolutely amazing. One of the biggest misconceptions about paramotoring is that it's extremely dangerous, and people often think that it's for seasoned pilots or thrill seekers with a death wish. But the truth actually is, with paramotoring, that it can be incredibly safe if you're properly trained and equipped. Of course, like with any other sport, adventure sports, there's risks involved, but with the right mindset and preparation, them risks are greatly minimised. Another common fear is that paramotoring requires a ton of technical knowledge. While it's true that you do need to understand how to operate the equipment, and it's not rocket science at all, but with some practice and patience, anybody can learn this sport. I heard some people say that paramotoring is only for the young adrenaline junkies, but that's a load of nonsense. But paramotoring is for anyone who's willing to take that leap and experience something new and exciting. It's for those who crave adventure, who want to push their limits, and aren't afraid to challenge themselves. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to feel like a bird soaring through the skies with the wind in their hair and the sun on the face? Absolutely stunning. Before I started paramotoring journey, right, I had my own sets of fears and doubts. I worried about the safety aspect, and I wondered if I was cut out for it. I've flown before, but as I began to learn more about this sport, I realised that it wasn't as intimidating as I thought. I started training in Spain, worked on building up confidence, and as I progressed, I started feeling a sense of excitement and anticipation. I couldn't wait to get up in the air again and experience the thrill of paramotoring for itself. It's absolutely amazing sport, and I honestly get such a buzz from this. So this flight over in Arbroath in Scotland, it was all over too soon, as I was the first. It was the first flight to break it in after its groundbreaking, so I could only be for half an hour. And as I touched back down on solid ground, I felt a pang of disappointment, but it was quickly replaced by a sense of pride and accomplishment. I faced my fears. I'd taken on the challenge of flying an EFI paramotor, and you know what? It's the most exhilarating experience of my life. So I was beyond excited to be flying over my old military base nearby the sea, a place that holds so many memories for me. When I came up here in 1998, just thinking about it takes me back to the good old days when I was serving my country, and I'm curious to see how much it's changed since I left. Revisiting a place filled with memories is always a challenge. You're never quite sure what to expect, and it's hard not to feel a mix of emotions. I mean, I'm excited to see the old familiar sights, but at the same time I'm a bit apprehensive about how much things might have changed. I'm wondering if the old hangars are still standing, if the parade grounds are still being used, if the views of the sea are still as breathtaking as I remember. And I used to play football at the pavilion as well, so wondering if that's still about and going the same. It's funny when you're in the military, you often take your surroundings for granted. You get so used to seeing the same old sights every day that you stop appreciating them. But when you're away for a while, you start to realise just how special them places are and how much they shape about today. I'm curious to see about how my old base will make me feel, and whether it'll bring back more memories than bad. As I lifted over the base today, I couldn't help but think about all the people I served with, the friends that I made, the good times we had, and of course the tough times we had too. It's weird because even though I'm not in the military anymore, being back here makes me feel like I'm still part of it all, and I'm just on my way back down to land there now. So, see you on the ground. As I reflect on my time flying over the base, I'm met with a mix of emotions. I'm grateful for the experience, for the friends I made, and for the lessons I learned while serving. At the same time, I'm a bit sad to see how much things have changed since I left, but I guess that's just the way it goes, right? Thanks for joining me on this trip down memory lane. On my first flight in this MacFly EFI Paramotor, and if you've got any military experience or memories you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. And if you want to check out another video of mine, I've got a link to it in the description below. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next flight.